reading from the Gospel according to St. Matthew. One day, when Jesus was in the temple teaching, he spoke to the chief priests and the elders of the people and asked them this question: "What do you think? A man had 2 sons. He went to the first and said, 'Son, go and work in the vineyard today.' He answered, 'I will not.' But later he changed his mind and went. The father went to the second and said the same, and he answered, 'I will go, sir.' But he did not go. Which of the 2 did the will of his father?" They said, "The first." Jesus said to them, "Truly I tell you, the tax collectors and the prostitutes are going into the kingdom of God ahead of you. For John came to you in the way of righteousness, and you did not believe him, but the tax collectors and the prostitutes believed him. And even after you saw it, you did not change your minds and believe John." Today's gospel is very thought-provoking. In the gospel today, we hear of 2 parallels. The first is between the chief priests and elders, the tax collectors and the prostitutes. I think we can all say that we have a little bit of the chief priests and the elders in us, but we also have the good that we hear of in regards to the tax collectors and the prostitutes. When we reflect on this gospel, we should really be asking ourselves this question: are we more like the chief priests and the elders of the people, who Jesus condemned for having good works but not good actions? Or are we like the tax collectors and the prostitutes who believed the word that John the Baptist spoke? Now, let's look at the other parallel in this gospel of the 2 sons. We can also identify ourselves with one, or possibly both, of the 2 sons as well. Do we follow what God asks us, like the one son followed his father's will, although he said no to it at first? Or are we like the other son, and we give our yes to God, and then change our minds later and do our own will? During this time of Advent, this time of preparing our hearts for the coming of Christ at Christmas and his second coming, I think these are good questions that we should be asking ourselves and praying about.